Hey everybody, it's Christina with Min Strings, and today we're going to do a demo of an install of our armrests. So this one in particular is the ebony armrest, and this one's boxwood, but this is the wide, and you can see the difference in the size there. Today we're going to do an install on this guitar. This is actually an Oriental Cherry, one of the unknowns that we have imported, but this thing is phenomenal. I wish I had bought more of these. These are amazing guitars. And just love. And I installed a G-tone in there. Sorry about the lighting. Kudos to everybody who does this, because this is really difficult to do a decent video with correct lighting. Back my lighting up a little bit there. And let me dim it a little bit because it's a little bit bright. Okay, let's try this. All right, so this is a cedar top, and this is rosewood. There's a beautiful rosewood, Indian rosewood fretboard on this. Back and sides are, I want to say sapele, but man, this looks like a flamed maple. This is just gorgeous. I sold a couple of these. This is the last one. I've actually just been keeping this for myself, but I may put it up for sale, although it's got a couple dings and stuff in it from me moving it around. Anyhow, so I want to show you a couple different options. We could go dark with the... let's move this again. We could go dark with the ebony. This is the ebony in wide. And what we're looking to do here is we're looking to follow the edge here of where your arm would sit. So as you can see, the wide fits perfectly there. Fits very nice right here. As does the slim. Now, I actually have a dreadnought I'm going to pull up here really quick. This is a dreadnought, needs some work, but here's the slim on the dreadnought, and what we're doing is we're lining up the edge here, and that's a good edge there. This one, let's see, this one actually fits well too. So you could really use either one, although this one has a little bit of a, no, it doesn't, a little bit of a dip. So another note on the install of these. You don't have to make sure that these tips of these edges here don't have to be perfectly placed edge to edge here. You can actually move this here. Actually, that matches pretty well. So I might not be able to show this. Oh, you can on this side. So I'm going to move the camera for a second. This side here is slightly inward, and that's okay. The reason why I say that is because on the inside of every guitar is bracing, and it's about quarter inch, I believe, and it goes all the way around the inside. And let's see, I wonder if we can get a picture of that. I'm not going to be able to do it with this, and I don't have a flashlight handy, so I apologize for that. But anyhow, if you've ever seen the way a guitar has been built, there's edging inside, which actually holds the back and the sides together. Along with the top and the sides. So I've kind of gone through, actually, let me grab my other guitar. This is a Grand Auditorium body style. And I've already gone through and made a choice, but I want to show you each. So that is the ebony. Let's see if we can get my positioning right. There's the ebony. This is boxwood. It's a little bit too light for this, but this would look really good in contrast on a dark brown or a black top, even a sunburst top. That would look really nice. This is the palmwood. Not quite a good match for that, but on a darker guitar, also on a black guitar, that would look really nice. This is the palmwood in the slim. This is tamarind. This is really beautiful. It's brown with a reddish hue. That's the wide. This is the thin. I'm not sure we can capture the color on there. This would look really nice on here. Really, really nice. I'm going to move my lighting again and see if I can get, there we go. Now we get a little bit better lighting on the armrest. Move this down, here we go. That would look really nice. This is a cedar top again. So here's the rosewood. And here's the slim rosewood. All would look great. I don't have any qualms about putting any of these on. Here's something interesting about rosewood and a lot of woods. Well, with all wood, you're going to get different grain patterns. But in particular, with this rosewood, look at the color difference. This has got a nice reddish hue. This is the kind of chocolatey Java dark striping with the lighter brown. So woods come in different colors. They're as individual as we are. So keep that in mind when you're ordering when you see a photo. It may not be the one that you're getting. And also feel free to ask. We can you know, show me a picture of the guitar top you want installed on. I'll be more than happy to pull one for you that I think looks good based off your picture. So what I've chosen today is the mountain mahogany. And again, look at the inclusions. Those are natural inclusions in the wood. Natural striping in the wood. That's the wide. This is the slim. I really like this one. I'm debating whether or not I like to put this one on. The reason why is because it has a really nice light patch there, light, and then the dark striping here. It's got a little knottiness there. It's kind of a cool looking one. This one too. This one has almost a flame look to it. Can't quite get that in the... Maybe you can get that. You can kind of see a little bit of flaming there. And here's the other one. Nice inclusion there. A knot there. Knots across here. So at different angles, you'll see different colors. Light, dark. So I chose this because one of my customers bought one of these for his cedar top guitar, and I hadn't even thought about how nice this would look. It's such a nice match, and my lighting is not great in terms of, this is just a white LED light that's lighting my work area, so it's not going to capture the color here, but it's just beautiful. I just absolutely love it. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, let's see which one we want to put on here, because they all look really good. I really like that one a lot. That one I think is a little bit too light. So I'm going to go with one of these two. I like that because it's got a lot of character to it. As does this one. Not sure. I think I like this one because it gets lighter at the bottom there. So I think we're going to install that one today. Move my other armrest all the way here. So, easy, easy. Let me grab a marker. Installs are actually pretty damn easy. There's not a lot to it. I'm going to use tape to mark. These are made with 3M double stick tape, paperback. And usually don't show these in pictures, but this is why this works. This part sits on the edge of your guitar here. This part does not. This actually is what holds your arm up off the guitar. And if you haven't heard, and I'm hoping this will come up on the video on the sound, but I'm going to strum this really quick, and I'm going to put my arm down. I'm going to put my hand down on it, and I'll see if I can get this to work correctly. So listen carefully. Hear how it rings on? So now we're going to do it again, but this time I'm going to put my hand down that's going to mimic my arm being put on the guitar as I'm playing. Hopefully you heard that. I'll do it again. What this does, not only looks nice, but it does serve a purpose, and that is to keep your arm off of the top, because this is what helps create the sound. When you strum, the string sound actually resonates on the top. It actually vibrates the top. So think about it. If you have a piece of paper and you have wind blowing over it, it's going to do this. It's going to continue to move, which is what you want your top to do when you're playing. You want it to resonate. But once you put your hand on that piece of paper, it stops. It stops moving. When your arm does the same thing for this. So, purpose. Beautiful. Okay, so you can understand now, hopefully, why we install these armrests on guitars. And they really should be on every guitar. It really does make a difference by about 20%. And after reading that, I wasn't sure, but I did do some tests, and it's a good 20%. It might be more, but I would say a good 20%. So on to the installation, now that we've made our choice in terms of the wood and the shape. So the idea is to get your edge here lined up with the curve of your guitar. So when you get this, you're going to, first thing you do is you pull it out and go, well, where do I want to sit it? And again, this does not have to meet the edge here. This can sit a little bit further in. Same thing on this side. If you play with your arm this way, this edge can be pointed, I'll just move, point it in a little bit. This is actually the perfect edge for it to sit on. Okay? And for these guitars, I would say this is probably a good area to put them on. But I want you to test it with this. So, good old masking tape or painter's tape. So once you find the position for your armrest, I want you to tape it in place. So let's see if we can do this without moving it too much. So we're going to tape that there. Tape that there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to pick your guitar up and you're going to hold it like you would when you're playing. And I'm not going to be able to get this on video. I'll put my wrist here just to see if we can. So you're going to put your arm. Your arm's going to rest here. And what I want you to do with this is I want you to test how this feels on your arm. Not necessarily the edge here, although you want to make sure this edge is going to be flush this to this, okay? The armrest to the side of the guitar. This fitment is more for where does my arm rest when I'm playing in a natural, comfortable position for myself, okay? Once you find that, then what we're going to do is mark it. So I'm going to make an adjustment here because this is not quite in the right place. So it's about here. And my edges actually meet very well. This one kind of curves in a little bit. Again, that's okay. Once you have this marked, take an erasable marker or tape. I'm going to use tape because I forgot to bring my erasable marker. And I'm going to mark the edge of the guitar. I'm sorry, the edge of the armrest on the guitar. So here and here. And we can take this off now. And now we'll be able to install this right in the area that we want to. We won't have to worry about it moving around. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to wipe down the top, which I've already done. I'm going to wipe it again. Spray here. Make sure this area is clean on the edge. Make sure it's dry. And you could do this with anything you choose, whatever works for you. I've used alcohol. That's okay on a gloss top. I would definitely not recommend that on an open pore top. But just make sure this area is clean of oils from your fingers and arm and all that. So what we're going to do now is take this backing off. And this is really hard to describe in writing, so here we go. When you put this down, what we're going to do is meet our edge here and here. Find our middle point. So we're going to look over the top and find our middle point, and what we're going to do is place the center down right here. So here we go. I'm going to put this here, here, and we're going to meet the area right here. So now when I'm looking, and you might not be able to see this, but I can see that this area here is too far this way. So I'm going to adjust it this way. And that's why I want to put this point down here, because it allows you to pivot this way, whichever way you need to, and have it already sitting on the edge here. Now comes the fun part, because my camera's in the way. So here we go. There we go. What you're going to do is use your thumbs to guide the edge, and you're not going to push. So once it's centered here, take your thumbs out. And it's not quite in the right position for me, so I'm going to pull this up. And I'm going to reposition here, here. Going to drop it right in the middle there. And follow your thumbs across the edge here and see where it rests, okay? And I just set it on there. I didn't press, I just let it with its own weight sit there. Now I'm fouling the edge. I don't like it because I think it's a little bit too far inward this way. I'm going to pull this out. So I'm going to tilt it back up, turn it, and drop it. Okay, so that's done. That's all you have to do, okay? If you're not happy with position, like I said, you're not going to push down on it. What you're going to do is just drop it. If you need to pull it up, just tilt it upward, because there's nothing holding it in place right now, okay? Just a little bit of tape here. So once you're done, it's good. Light press. That's it. That's all you got to do. Now it's done. Now your armrest is installed. Okay. Nice right against the edge here. Okay. There you go. So that's the install of the slim armrest. The wide armrest is going to be slightly easier because it doesn't have quite as much of a curve in it. It is a little bit longer. I don't know, for some reason these for me go on a little bit easier. And it may be because of the way that it's held right here. I don't know. I don't know. They both go on pretty easy though. So hopefully that helps you guys out. You understand how to do the install now. Really quick note on taking these off. 1, make sure this is a guitar you want it on. 2, if you're going to sell your guitar, you should really leave it on there. It's $20. It's a very inexpensive piece. It really enhances the sound of the guitar, obviously the way the guitar looks. But if you do want to take it off, not a big deal. What you'll do is take a hairdryer. Please do not use anything other than a hairdryer on light heat. What you're going to do is apply some heat right here. You can cover this area with a towel, which I would recommend, or something to protect the finish, but your light heat should not affect the gloss top, but always want to protect. That's always something you want to protect. So you're going to heat this lightly with a hairdryer and start at the thick end. Just pull up here, pull up at the thin end, and then just start pulling up in the middle. It will leave the foam tape, and that's probably the most, this is probably the best way to do it, is you want to leave some of that foam tape on the top. Because if you've ever taken tape off of something something hard, you know how you run your thumb across the, run, like here, I'll use a piece of tape. So you take tape up, and it leaves a glue residue. So you take this up, and you see a glue residue, and you just kind of rub your thumb on it, and kind of, the same thing with the foam. You're going to rub, lightly rub. And the nice thing, again, this whole edge here, this is all supported. So don't worry about putting pressure on there. It's not going to hurt anything. Obviously, you don't want to put too much pressure on it, but you can definitely put a little bit of pressure on it. And then I didn't bring my goof off up here, but I use goof off. It's sort of an orange smelling oil based cleaner. It's great for getting glue residue up. So what I normally would do is rub as much of the black foam off as possible, lay down the goof off, rub it in, and let it sit for a few minutes, and then again you're going to take your thumb and you're going to rub and roll, and the stuff will come off. It takes, I took one off a couple weeks ago, 5 minutes maybe. It didn't take very much time to get this off. So, but anyway, like I said, it's a $20 part. It is absolutely worth every penny, at 20 bucks. Leave it on the guitar. It's worth it. You know, if you're ever going to sell your guitar, just leave it on there. The person who buys your guitar is going to love it. They're going to absolutely love it. So there you go. There's our armrest on the on the cedar top. We have a mahogany. I love that honey color. It's beautiful. So hopefully that helps you guys out. If you have any questions, you can email me, sales@mintstrings.com. You can find me on Facebook, Reverb, or my website, www.mintstrings.com. And also on eBay, which we're trying to pull away from, because if you know anything about eBay, they're super strict and require a lot. So anyway, there you go. If you have any questions, give me a shout, let me know, and I'll help you out and do whatever I can. Again, we can match these to your top if you'd like. Just ask. Okay? Thanks, guys. Have a great day.